Hello and welcome to another turn of the False Pretenders. Joining me is Arpatheus.
Hello, hello, hello.
And we're on turn 32. No, 33. We just did 32. Okay. Got a bunch more messages. Let's just go down the list here. From Ulm. The old man has finished crossing the street. Thank you for your concern. Oh, he has!
Oh my god, he had quite a few provinces as well, didn't
He
he?
did. Bird's
As
got
that
one, two,
finally he did
three, four.
that huge raid out.
Yeah,
Like,
he did.
this first one.
I am not dead.
Oh no, he says I am dead.
Oh, I am dead. Oh, I am dead. Not big surprise. I did not. I thought he said I am not dead. Big surprise.
Yeah, he's laughing at who now, huh?
Exactly. Hindsight, probably should have gone for the expander build I originally thinking of. EA Ulm lends itself to an early game advantage. I think that's true. Initially designed the Blessed to counter most of the matchups. While countermarked relying on capital Saiyans is probably a bad play. It was
Yeah,
a
I think
funny
we
meme, though.
saw a few nations actually that would have really benefited from an awake expander. So I think Therados
Yes.
definitely would have
Sure.
helped if that
I mean,
Kraken was
Theranos,
awake.
yeah, it's less than the expander territory and more in the please God save me from Pelagia territory. But yes,
Well,
I think
it
it
is,
needed
but
to be
the
awake.
advance would be really good because it helps you get those forts up earlier,
It
and then
does.
you can.
Oh yeah, it would have helped a lot.
It would have been pretty good. And Ulm was saying, and then I also think Agartha would have benefited from it.
Yes, it certainly seems. And I don't know. I have not played EA Gartha or EA Ulm to know to what degree they actually needed one, because like the way Ulm lost this particular war is not saying that the expander would have done as much for. For this you needed more
Well,
like
the
a Titan.
expander would have made him bigger though,
It would
and
have made
therefore
it. It would have helped him be
more
bigger, but
stuff. And,
I don't know that there was any reason he sort of. I just don't know Ulm well enough. I'm just looking to see if he caused any major losses on his way out the door here.
Doesn't look like
Doesn't
it.
look like it. All right, well, pour one out for Ulm. The birds got him. Took a lot of provinces this turn.
Raise a toast to Ulm.
Toast to Ulm. So the birds have got to be doing very well now. Wow, they're almost caught up to Van, but not quite. And from prior messages, we think that these two are potentially headed towards a collision, and one where Van has a lot of his troops somewhere else.
Well, we think so. Sneaky elves are being sneaky still there.
True, although we know that there are quite a lot of troops down there. Well, let's see what Caleb had to say. The Ulm War is almost over. Sad to see Pelagia got some land, but what can you do? Could have been more aggressive.
You could attack them.
You could attack them. Didn't want to lose units. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it is true that the Ulm troops in like equivalent numbers will probably win. So you do have to be stronger. Although I think that there were some turns when we thought that he could have maybe hit some more small PD areas with mid-sized groups.
Yeah, because every province you don't take is effectively that gold's worth of troops that have died as well.
Yep, that's true. And gold your enemy has. But
well, it doesn't. The gold that Ulm was getting was not going to be useful.
Well, but yeah, more at the beginning. But yeah. Clean up. My next task is more interesting. Van has several thrones and is apparently beating Hinnom, correct? Or at least it seems that way. Given that Hinnom has also invited people to kill him. His shock resistance bless is harder to fight with thunder strikes and air elementals. That is certainly true. I'm also interested in vulturing some of Yomi if they seem dead. Sadly, his scouting is poor, so he'll try to rectify that. Next choice is Van to maintain game state or Yomi for free stuff. So Yomi...
Yeah, and I think once you get scouting going... Well, we haven't seen the turn yet on Yomi's side, but Yomi doesn't seem dead to me.
No, Yomi does not seem... Well, they don't seem dead. We've seen some dying. Where are their troops, though?
Well, they don't... A lot of their temples got destroyed by TNN, right?
Yeah, so TNN destroyed like 3
temples. They haven't got that many
temples.
forts, so they don't have a big army. But that doesn't mean they're dead.
No,
In fact, they're
it
probably
certainly.
going to, if Ermor is sitting on TNN's cap, the Yomi's quite likely to get bigger.
Yes. No, I definitely don't think it makes them dead. But it does mean that like gaining stuff is difficult for them.
Well, they
Although,
can raid fine with the folks. It doesn't.
yeah, but like there's other forts that are still up, right? And like sieging those down without any troops is difficult.
Yeah, I think it's
Maybe more
interesting that we're
skeletons.
not seeing Yomi really use the troop summons much, even though they went for a troop less. Like they're using them at the start, and I haven't really noticed them
Yeah, we haven't seen them
doing it
quite
too
as
much in the last
much.
few turns.
Maybe they're holed up somewhere. Although I want to come back to that because I see a battle in TNN. Actually, two of them.
Yeah, I see one in Satis as well.
Okay, so let's start. This is TNN riding out. Okay, so TNN rode out. Did not just ping.
So this could
That's the
also be
god.
stuff coming from other other provinces than the cap.
It could be.
So Howl.
There's not a lot of
If he's
stuff
got
here.
Conjuration 5, I think he might do Howl here.
I think he will do Howl.
I
mean,
that could
this
be
is
pretty
like
great.
20 Tuatha or something. 3 Banshees.
Yeah, I'm not seeing too many mages. I'm not.
There's actually a lot of mages in comparison, I think, to the troops that are here.
Well, that doesn't.
There just aren't that many troops here.
Yeah, that doesn't mean there's a load of mages. I mean, this is significant smaller.
Yes, Airmore has brought a ton more to this fight. We'll watch. We see Community Master going up, some Will-o-the-Wisp going up. We'll watch this side first. Yeah, summon air elementals. Yep, bunch of air elementals. Look at these. There's Howl and Storm. Look at this Will-o-the-Wisp though, distracting a ton of fire away.
The Tuatha going back as well.
Yeah, Tuatha going
Might turn
back.
out alright though. They might clear that up and then
Reform. Light of the Northern Star up from Airmore. Air Elementals, I can hear them rampaging around back there. We'll watch it from their side.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are getting cleared up though. The lightning strike's doing work though, and the wolves.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, they distract them quite a lot.
Air Elementals still. It looks like there's some route. The slingers got routed back here, unless they're on like retreat and fire. No, they look routed.
They're running off. The
Tuatha though are all just here.
Yeah, the Tuatha too, and then the slingers for TNN running, and then they're going to reach the mage line now.
They're going to reach the mages. Oh, Tuatha.
I'm surprised they've taken that long to kill the Will-o-Wisp as well. They have magic weapons.
They took forever.
Stats.
There's the god. He's looking awfully surrounded.
Yeah, he's going with him. He's going
to take the wolves out with him.
Now there's a lot routing here from Ermor, but that huge amount of undead is definitely going to seal this, I think.
Yes, I think that Airmore is going to win this, but there's another battle here after, which means they storm. And I think there's going to be a question of how much stuff actually storms the fort.
How much is going to be left, though? Because none of the stuff retreating here can fight in the fort.
Right. That's true. But, I mean, these are all long dead. They're not coming in. And every other troop's gone. Which means they're not going to fight either. These air elementals still here.
Yeah, how do you feel about the positioning of the god in this fight? Because the further back he is, the longer Howl is up, and maybe it does more. Yeah, maybe they get onto the mages.
I mean, the problem is the Tuatha. All right, let's look at the report, and then we can go back in and talk about the positioning. So TNN,
a lot of mages died for Ermor actually as well.
Yeah, I wonder if he burned out the communion.
Maybe. I mean, there was
Plus
the air elementals.
I'm sure. He lost
maybe a load of javelins going on the wolves as well.
Yeah,
the mages.
Yeah, lost his bishop. All of his commanders died. So anybody storming is just mages.
Yeah, that's big.
And he lost a huge amount of troops here. So the gods positioning. I didn't watch everything he did, but if you're casting Howl, I don't like where he's standing. Too much. I don't know what orders these Tuatha have.
It's hold and attack closest. It has to be. You can run
Yeah,
back like that.
but it's does not work out. I mean, I think this is a sort of a shame from TNN. If he'd had some of those deep rating forces back, like if he had an extra 40 Tuatha here, I think he would have won this fight.
I agree. I think we mentioned that in the last episode. I
Yeah.
also, yeah. This actually went quite a bit better for TNN than I thought it was going to do when I first saw this.
Yeah. I want to watch from the other side here, see what these guys are doing, because
I want to see what happens to the mages.
yeah, I assume that the air elementals are gonna hit him a bit. Yeah, so they communioned up for the most part.
Yeah, I think they also seemed like they were only casting the skeleton.
Yeah,
Summons
powerless
off
spheres,
script,
will-o-wisp,
so-
body. Oh, there's one right there.
Oh, yeah, and that's the one of the problems with having those at the back, right? Because if they're completely
Yes.
surrounded with bodyguards, then it's harder
Yep,
for the air
harder
elementals
to
go.
land on them. They're kind of all bunched up. Ooh, nice
Yeah,
fire.
that's so much value from that one.
Yeah, that guy does a ton of work. There's more back here too, which could potentially wander their way in. So yeah, I mean the mage is not really a huge percentage of them. Essentially got taken out of this fight by
Yeah, I think if one
The
extra
elementals.
elemental jumps on those mages, TNM wins.
yeah. And then yeah, they're all. I think so. The guys in white are mostly our communion slaves. So there's really only a handful of masters left. And they seem to not be casting anything like terribly valuable. They're mostly just doing Raise Dead.
That will, if it's just the wall defenders though, that will likely.
Yeah, it might be enough. Yeah. There's a Mind Burn.
It's I think they have slingers on the wall though, so maybe I think it's snipes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, let's watch the battle in the. Let's see who made it in. Okay, he has one master, so
Oh, he gets hit as well.
got hit.
It's not rare.
Okay, this guy. Yeah, these guys are not communion slaves. Oop.
Has TNN
boy.
got anything?
Ooh, there's a lightning
cycle?
bolt. Oh yeah, I didn't even look what TNN has. Yes,
Oh,
TNN has
yeah.
plenty.
So what has he actually got? Because he didn't commit this to.
Yeah, it's a good point. So he's
They
got.
have these big Capola guys.
Yeah,
Why
look at
not?
this Tuatha sorceress. Why is she not in the fight?
Yeah, she could have cast.
She could have cast
Howl
that. She
as
could have
well,
done all
or-
kinds of stuff. This is
Or
they
at
got-
least if she's got a Thistlemate as well. Could have given that
yeah.
to the god.
Maybe
the
she
god
was
would have-
casting a spell.
No, you have to.
But I mean, I think she should be in the fight. They got the
Right.
Circle Master here.
Yeah, the death.
He could have.
three, so-
These death guys could have been really useful against those skeleton hordes. He's got these kitted she-lords.
This is
TNN.
confusing.
Why are they not in the fight?
Okay, well, okay, but he's going to win this, right? So
Yes.
he's going to kill so many mages. This is
Oh, this is
devastating for Ermor.
devastating for Airmore.
Yeah, if Ermor only had one place of retreat to, right, as well. Then
That's right.
maybe
Unless he
TNN cut
took
it off,
more stuff.
and-
No, I think one
maybe.
of his thugs just got whopped. But yeah, that's a total loss on the mages. They killed the one she-lord. So that was the whole darn Airmore stack.
If you
And he has nowhere to
show that-
go.
Yeah, if you show that to Calum, surely Calum just jumps right on Ermor.
You'd
They
have-
just crush them.
Right, I mean...
So I think that's worth doing, even if you're worried about Van as Calum, he still did that, 'cause that's...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's the mages as well, though. That's so much in that.
Yeah, that is crushing loss for Airmore. I mean, how
Yeah,
so?
now
Let's,
TNN took some bad losses as well.
oh
but
yeah,
that was,
this
that
is
was a
not
major
good for not particularly good for TNN either, right?
No, I don't think they had any incarnate
So-
elements that are blessed, so...
Right. So Airmore
Yeah.
lost some 22 mages plus 300 guys.
Yeah, all things considered, apart from the gems, pretty light losses for TNN actually. I
Well,
think they
they did
lost
lose their
six-
god.
in those two fights. They lost six commanders, six mages, and six sacreds.
7, but yeah, because they lost a kitted She Lord in the fort.
There's five there, and then the one in the other one. Because
4,
they lose
5,
the god as
6.
well. They lose the
Yeah,
god as well, but
I'm counting him as a mage. He's purple.
yeah. Okay. Um,
But yeah, I mean,
which is painful, but he can just get him back, or he doesn't particularly need him either. I
yeah.
don't think.
I mean, no, he can summon it back.
Like he's not crucial. He hasn't got like an incarnate thing. He hasn't like got a global or something.
No.
But,
It is a shame. Like it would not have taken all that much more. So why did this go so? Why did this go so badly for air? Is it? I mean, it's just that one air elemental.
that one air elemental and the slingers
Positioning, maybe?
all breaking right at the start. I think
Yeah, the slingers
pretty
broke kind of
bad
fast.
as well.
Like, what do we think? What do we think needed to be different here? If you're up against, I mean, air elementals will kind of jump in anywhere, so it's hard to be like. I think you just need to like separate everybody
So
out.
I think he definitely wanted bodyguards on the mages.
Yeah.
And I think maybe those cav, you just have them run in because you're storming as well, right? Anyway,
Right.
so you probably want the cav just not on a hold attack, just at the front attack rear.
Sure.
Running good. I'm not too sure though. It's kind of he's got the issue of it's just using scale streaks, right? Which he can't really do much about with this build, but
this is what he has.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're just getting absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the mages are casting the what his mages are doing either.
Right. Well, a lot of them are communion slaves, and they're busy. They're busy being afraid for their lives against these wolves and the elemental. I think is part of the problem. I think we saw him have fire gems. I'm surprised we didn't see fire elementals come out. I think fire elementals would have made a huge difference.
He did the Will of the Wisps, and I quite like those.
That's
They're
true.
not gonna tire out all of his own troops. And the Will of the Wisps actually quite well. They distracted all.
Yeah, the Will of the Wisps did do a great job. That's true, but his troops all just kind of died.
Yeah, I think maybe if he just summons a load of skeletons from the start, a lot of the air elementals and stuff will get distracted a lot earlier on those.
Yeah, could be.
Because I think he can beat everything that TNN has here with just skeletons. There's not like a huge protection or anything. I think
that's true because it was inside the fort.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly how many air elementals came out here, but it was a lot.
Oh, it wasn't even that many.
Well, they kept coming though.
Yeah, but I thought he was going to need like close to 30 in it. I'm not even sure there was 20.
I think it felt more like somewhere between 10 and 15. There's 4. There's 8. It is nice he was able to get them all in at about the same time, though. I think there's...
Yeah, that's a major strength of having multiple quite high
air mages, yeah. I thought we saw another casting, but maybe not. Maybe it was just 8.
Yeah, the Thunderstrike also does work here.
Oh yeah, the Thunderstrike is doing great work. I mean, look at that. That whole tile just got obliterated.
Yeah, and I think the slingers do they do hold these up for a little while, so that Tuatha can get back.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes the Umar infantry blob up a lot more.
This is an MVP though. This one Will o' the Wisp. This guy gets the god killed. Maybe shock resistance? Because he's got air mages. He could have cast it. Could have helped mitigate some of the damage.
Maybe.
Yeah,
honestly, I just think They're just a Vanguard commander and just a billion skeletons.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that is hugely impactful for.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the best fights we've seen so far.
It is. Yeah. That was a very cool fight.
Very impactful, huge, devastating loss for him, although because
Oh,
none of that got away.
no,
So
wait. This is the one I clicked on. Sorry. I thought I clicked over here, but I hadn't. Just want to see if we see any other interesting. Yeah, it's smart to cut the retreat route.
yeah, that was a good play. Oh, that's
Although
pretty huge.
Yomi busy trying to cut Airmore's retreat route.
Yomi, if you're allied with Yomi, you're not safe.
As a question, is anybody allied with Yomi? He's just temporarily fighting with you. No, I think it's more like
he's just the enemy of your enemy, but it doesn't mean he's your friend.
what is this guy? He's got these Tuatha again. These Tuatha are just doing great work.
Tuatha are a great sacred. They have really
They
good
are.
gear, which I think is what makes them so competitive.
Goes a very long way. Nice little sword of sharpness here. And then these guys do charge body.
No, I think that was the
It was-
She-Lord.
It was. We can check. So I know we called the She-Lord doing charge body once before, and it wasn't. It was the Oni Shugo. But let's see. Yeah, 2 people are preparing to cast charge body. It's the Oni Shugo who are casting charge body.
Okay, but how good is their shock resistance?
Well, they're not
I
blessed.
think it's the guys at the back.
They are blessed. 10.
Yeah, that's not enough, right?
Not enough to be safe.
Yeah, but he's choosing to cast that, so
Yes, he did choose. And we saw it kind of stun an elf earlier in a different fight. But here it mostly stunned themselves. How much shock resistance do the elves have? Oh, they have 5. So I mean, technically you're doing better than they are, but
no, you don't want to be doing that with folks there, no.
no. That
Well, that was pretty painful.
yeah, 3 more
this
Oni should
is
go down.
turning into a pretty great turn for TNN.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of losses, but
Now he has kind of stepped down the raiding a bit, which I think kind of seems like it has. He's at least been
I mean, rated
on the losing end of the territory.
Yes, I
with
think he was on the
Yomi this
losing
turn.
end of the territory this turn. But he did. I mean, he took the Airmore threat off the map. I mean, I think if you're TNN and you don't want to keep fighting Airmore, I think you have every chance to say, "All right, Airmore, you just it's time to sue for peace here."
Yeah, and I think I definitely give TNN a chance against just Yomi in a 1v1.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm going to probably be saying this for everyone, but if he sends that to Kalen, maybe Kalen goes in on Yomi, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously, it's not as devastating as the Airmore loss.
No, it's not. But if he's just like, if he makes peace with Omor, and then he's like, I'm in a 1v1 now with Yomi, and I was originally in a 3v1.
Right.
And I've managed, I'm just focusing all on him now.
Yeah.
And Calum already has it in his mind that he's thinking about just going after Yomi.
TNN actually was up this turn. Their income is still suffering, although it went up this turn.
Good for them. I think TNN is the player that I think we've seen the most improvement in their play over the course of the game.
Yeah,
I don't know if you agree with that, but
yeah, I mean, I don't want it to sound like their play was not good earlier.
Well, so we originally saw them.
We saw the ungeared thugs.
Ungeared thugs,
Yes.
and now we're seeing him win. Some major battles.
Yeah.
And killing
yeah.
Oni Shugo and stuff with geared thugs. So.
That's true. No, his rating game has gotten a lot better, and this is a big win on the battle. Although I still question exactly who and why different people were in the fort versus fighting.
Yeah, but
But
he's got that extra research.
yeah,
Maybe it's crucial. Maybe there's something really big.
I know this. So Pelage is a research leader, but Aramore's second, and you wonder they need to be. We're hoping to probably get something done with that big research lead, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure what they've spent it on because we've seen Enchantment 4. I think we saw Raised Dead there, not Horde of Skeletons.
We saw Raised Dead. Now I think sometimes it'll cast Raised Dead if there's enough corpses, right?
Yeah, but I'm just
But yeah, we didn't
saying
see.
we haven't actually seen evidence.
Yeah.
Because he might not have had Thunderward.
You're right. Maybe he didn't. Although we know he has flaming arrows. But that's 4. We saw Will-o'-the-Wisp, but that's only. Is that 5? That's 5.
Yeah,
We saw Body Ethereal.
Maybe he's going deep into blood now. Or...
yeah, maybe. We saw Body Ethereal. I don't remember if we saw a Wind Guide or not. Did we see Wind Guide? We probably should have seen it.
I don't think so. I don't know if it's even worth casting.
You don't think so? If you're gonna put flaming arrows
so I think for a I think that is. But you have so many javelins that I'm not sure you get too much value out of them being.
Well, it's great for the slingers, and if you know there's going to be air elementals.
Yeah, but it's also the gems. It's
like
only
one
got
gem.
It's like 6 like casters he actually has because everyone else is Communion Slave.
There's Flame Ward, so he's got the wards.
I don't think it really would have made much difference in this.
I don't know that it would have made much difference, but if you have access to it, I feel like I would have cast it.
So he's casting Flame Ward?
He did cast Flame Ward.
I'm not really sure what that's against. Like, what's going to do fire damage.
Right. Maybe he's just worried about his own friendly fire. I mean, that's a realistic concern. Were all the slingers in one group? No, they had to be in like 2, right?
No, I don't think they were. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 groups. Just because they do, like this, they get routed relatively quickly here. I guess the 2 squads, they just happen to route at the same time.
Yeah, do you think having every mage in the Communion was the right call? Like, do you think maybe painting a load of buffs?
Well, we know that they weren't all in the Communion because when we saw them go in later, right, some of them didn't Communion up. Yeah, he could have done a lot more buffs.
Do you think he has like, everyone having luck on them or something like that? Right.
Maybe that would have been better.
Because it could have also, like, how buffed up are his mages actually? Have they got luck on them or?
I know I saw them do Body Ethereal. So right now he has 8 slaves for a +3 magic boost. Although, I'm not sure what he needed the boost for.
I think it was just to...
Just to spam
allow them to continuously, just to spam spells.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe could have been better off another way. Okay. Well, I do want to get to the rest of the
looking at the fight, it actually looks quite TNN favored.
Yeah.
From what was there. Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll stop fixating on this. I think there was a battle in Satis actually, so I'd like
yes.
I'd like to read those messages and then see.
Launching my Doolittle raid. I guess he's sending out the Marcata. Also, I don't think I can save the fort, so I've released a new training pamphlet to help the lizard people assimilate within the pig society. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. For now, I hope we get one next turn.
Is that a reference to our Disciple game?
No, well, so it's a reference to Animal Farm.
Yeah, well, I know that.
True.
Because that's what we were
referencing. I feel like it's probably a reference to the book. I'm not sure that it's a reference to us. Although he has seen it.
Who knows?
He definitely has seen it.
In my heart, that's what it is.
Okay. Yes, let's look at this fight. Let's look at the Satis fights. Satis rides out with the Markata and wins, killing two mages
two mages. Oh, yes.
in a cave. Look at him. Oh my goodness. Value Markata.
Renamed the Reborn as well.
Oh, did he? What did he name it?
2D Lizard, 2D, I don't know. It was something.
"2D Lizard is D2. Funny. Because he's a death
Twice-born the
mage.
Reborn, that seems quite fitting. Can we see the battle on Satis in the bottom there?
Someday. But Satis raided out again and won. Although he lost all the mercs doing it. Just gotta go through them out. Here we go. Battle in Satis. Do we get the Marverni stack? Oh, we've got the Marverni stack.
Do we have the monument, right? I need to know if it's going to be the Gifts of Heaven.
No.
No
No monument. But he is patrolling with a lot of stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So I kind of wonder.
Well, maybe he's seen the Gifts of Heaven and he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Although I think then you don't patrol the mages.
Right. I don't see why you patrol with some of it. I see pig people. Stop the unrest in Epernia. Bathrobe Reborn. He's definitely got the most renames. I
don't know. Hinnom's got.
That's true. Also,
track record of
he's
that.
got the most renames without profanity. I mean, this is not going to go well. I don't
So
think.
is that Foul Vapors? Yeah.
That's Foul Vapors, which I think, though, that... well, there's the... I think that Marverni's going to win this before Foul Vapors has time to deal too much damage.
I mean, Ball's kind of...
Although, not if he
Melt
absolutely...
and also get hit by that.
Oh my god.
I think there's going to be a lot of skeletons, though. I don't think...
That's
Marverni's
true.
gonna get
Yeah,
too
maybe
quick.
not. I think that everybody needed to attack right away.
Yeah, because there's a lot of HP from the army that just lost there, actually, those boars.
Yeah.
So...
All the boars died.
Yeah, I think the mages switching to Raised Dead is probably good as well. I think we want just a lot of bodies.
Yep. There's still a lot of people should be
The
getting...
longer it goes on, time for the communion on Marverni's side to maybe burn out as well.
Yeah, and
You
they should be
definitely get
getting
that sort of-
poisoned. Now, they have some poison resistance going on back here. But not... yeah.
Yeah, all the
The
King's
mages
slaves
all
will have
do.
10.
Yeah. The troops don't. At least not all of them.
No. There's a few
But
getting
there's an
through,
awful
though.
lot of them.
Yeah, there's-
It doesn't look like these guys are... They're all fatigued out.
Yeah, they're going to make another cast, though, I think, before the Marv troops quite reach them.
Yeah, I want to see more
There's
meteors.
some... We all want to see more meteors. Okay, they're all rushing forward.
Now they're going to retreat.
Satis are routed. Okay, well, if he gets out with all the mages, I think that's...
Yeah, then that's fine.
If they wake up.
Oh! Missed.
Maybe there'll be some more friendly fire as well.
Ah,
Okay,
and
so
then poison.
some Marv troops rout, but I don't think they went off.
Yeah. So let's see. That was here. All right. God.
That's a
Satis.
pretty good win for Satis, right?
Oh my god, extracting a huge pound of flesh. That he lost 2/3 of the army. Well, they kept all his mages alive.
So, should he have had the monument?
I mean,
I don't know.
the
He
problem.
might have still.
The
I think that army could have routed because it would still be pretty close to HP routing.
Yeah, it should have been.
Marverni, I think.
The problem with having the monument not be out here is that now it can never patrol again unless you can get this stuff off. Because the monument can't break siege; it can only patrol.
Yeah, and that's going to be pretty tough.
And
Although, I mean, he has most of his mages. Maybe he can.
Yeah, a lot of the mages made it, although the Sauromancer didn't, and that was the Foul Vapors caster.
Was it twice-born? Because he twice-borned a reborn, so maybe
probably. That's a good point. These Satis lizards, you gotta kill them more than once. Where is he? There he is. Yes, he's
Yeah.
Flysport. But a lot of their stuff here was PD that they're not gonna have anymore. So I don't know how much, I don't know what percentage of his chaff this represents.
Probably not that much, I don't think, actually.
You don't think so? Well, let's go to the
I
army. Let's go to the army graph.
So he's got like half left.
He's got like half left.
Yeah.
No, some of this is mercs.
Yeah, how much? Can we just go back to that? How
Yep.
much did Malvern lose there? Because I think it's kind of obscured behind.
Oh, quite a lot.
Way more.
He's got
just
he and
just
Airmore are
take
doing
away
the same
Ermor
thing.
from. Okay.
That's about.
Yes, they kind of lost like the same.
Yeah, I
sort
mean,
of amount to each other. Malverni and
I think
like,
Malvernis is like 45%, and Satis is more like 50, or not Satis. Airmore's more like 50, but.
No, I'm on about Satis. I think
Oh.
it's like it was pretty much an even fight for how much they lost to each other. I mean, Three Nations really taking a battering this turn, but
Yes.
Satis is kind of out anyway. So
I mean, yeah, Satis is
they're probably the happiest, I would say.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was a huge win.
Yeah, it's still not as bad for Malverni as it was for Ermor, but
oh, he put a fort under siege with his
these
one
like
merc.
these like desperate defenses are definitely the best part of the game.
And the Demon Knights have arrived.
He's really getting battered by the Independents because he's got that other province that the Barbs took, and those two that are cut off Malverni. So
yes, yeah, and he's busy not getting this income. You think if you're like Caleb, and you have a scout here, and you see that this Barb province has been cutting off Malverni's income for like multiple turns, do you think you're like, they clearly have no troops here?
I mean, I think this is another candidate for a nation that can send a battle report to Caleb this turn. Say, please.
Caleb is just receiving reports on all the nations. Like, well, we haven't even gotten to hit on Vanheim yet. Who knows? They could be joining the problem. I mean, yeah, great win for Satis. Tough for Malverni. I think. What buffs did he cast on these troops? Because he's got plenty of mages. They're gonna communion up. They're gonna awaken tattoos. Yeah, that's fine. Is that a moss body? And then they go right into gifts from heaven.
Yeah, they do the poison resistance as well.
Yeah, they did a poison resistance in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I wonder. No, the boar's undisciplined, I assume. Yeah. I wonder if you could have like tried to trap the boars behind your troops or send the troops right in, just because.
I think you have to send the troops right in.
Yeah. This is tough. Because like if you could put the troops in the middle and the boars in the flanks, maybe, and I guess you can't put them on attack rear, but
no,
maybe
they're
more
just
of
going
them.
to run into the middle and cut off your troops anyway.
Yeah.
And maybe if you have the boars right at the back and the troops right at the front, but
yeah, you'd have to play around with it. That's a good blade wind, or whatever that is. Yeah, blade wind.
Yeah, that's a really long range actually that you can do that.
Nobody on advancing cast looks like.
No, he doesn't.
I don't know that he needs it.
Like you don't need to be up close with Gifts of Heaven. And
well, no, you certainly don't for Gifts of Heaven.
I don't think it would have.
Some cav could have made a big difference here. They could have gotten to the back.
I mean, all these infantry are just on attack closest. It looks like you could have them a really big line and attack rear as well.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, just tough. Okay. Satis with the big fight. I'm not sure if he's ready for 4 legs good, 2 legs bad just yet. Okay, did we see Yomi? Oh. Yomi found a sage library. And he's making a Dai Tengu.
Doubly big.
Looking to, it looks like he's going to Supreme. Are these SCs, I assume? Can he SC drop it on somebody?
No, Dai Tengu is like a big air caster. It can fly.
Okay.
You can also get it to cast Howl if you have the Thistle Mace.
Okay.
And you do Strength of Gaia or whatever that spell is, boosts your nature.
Sure.
Yeah, they're kind of amazing.
Okay. Well, excited to see
you
that.
you also get 15 Tengu, and some of them are high quality that you can summon otherwise. So that'll be why he hasn't been summoning
Saving up for it.
those. Still not sure about why he hasn't got Shikomi, but maybe he's making gear. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And then we got a pair of messages from Hinam. All right. He's 4 out of 500 on my fort this past turn. Fork successful. Okay, he finished Alt 4, so if you remember me talking a few turns ago about whether or not he had Alt 4, he did not.
How
It's huge.
useful is that?
It's huge.
Talk to me about what it.
Well, I had, so with Alt 4 and a regen ring, I had one Melkart solo the whole stack of 90 Van here. Buffed with Gift of Strength.
What were you casting?
Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, Blessing, and I had the Ami, not the Ami.
Oh, it's the Temper Flesh.
Yeah, the Temper Flesh is what changes.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty huge.
And that with the 20% regen from the Akka doing regen and the ring, he killed everybody. And it's not just the typical like SC route, because of the Blood Bond and the Berserker. Or I don't have a Blood Bond. I think they have Blood Bond.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah, and the Berserker, they fight to the death for the most part. Like eventually they rout, but you kill a much larger percentage than you do with a typical super combatant win, because they're gonna hang around to get themselves killed. Okay. I mean, like it solo kills big stack. Problem with forking the fort is I might cause him to move his army out this turn. He thinks the correct move is to get off the fort and attack the tile with the army in it, so he can knock him off the palisade. But he may think I'm just going to throw my death ball at him, which will almost certainly lose, which we thought it would lose. Anyways, I said the problem with forking is I actually want the Vanheers to stand still so I can kill them with the Melkart. It is tricky because the teleport capable Melkarts can't win the fight. Only the Earth one can.
Depends. I don't know what randoms the Melkarts have.
The only ones that teleport are Astral, and they're just Astral.
No, I mean, I don't know what randoms the one he has, though. Maybe if he has 3 of those.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe. But they kind of got wrecked earlier. Alt 4 doesn't add much for them because it adds body ethereal, but the elves have magic weapons.
Yes, yeah. You don't really get anything from fire either, do you?
Blighting his capital.
I like how I'm guessing this is Agartha's reason for logging in to hit enter instead of actually playing the game. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Agartha has not made... Friendly has not made a friend.
No, he's living up to the sociopath part of his name.
All right, well, we found the big stack from Vanheim, and it does not have a Melkart attacking it.
What was that mage?
It's not a mage, it's the priest.
Oh, okay.
You don't... I mean, they're so expensive, and they're only a holy one. You don't see them very often.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the big stack runs into just some PD. Agartha.
Well, I assume that's from the fort, I assume.
Let's go take a look. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and Vanheim did what you thought he should, but it's still not cracked.
Yeah, it's still not cracked. He needs more chaff.
There's a war elephant. A troll shaman.
Must be mercenaries? Yeah, he got the mercenaries. Yeah, still not cracked. But hopefully he should be cracking next turn. There's a Dwarven Smith flying over the army.
He said it was 400 out of 500, right?
He did, but last turn it had 90 Vanheir on it. Now it has 220 units. Because he also added Veti and Foulspawn. So I think he's
Yeah,
added a
but then-
lot of siege strength
yeah.
this turn.
So he can't defend that other 4 then.
No.
So
But I think they're just gonna-
he's very committed to just sitting there now.
Yeah, he's going to take this one, and Hinam's going to get this one. The Melkarts...
Well, that's a good trade for Vanheim, I think.
Probably. It's nice to be on the coast. He can sail in here.
Yeah, it's also a better fort.
I mean, yeah,
think was
it
just
is.
Palisade,
It's a higher quality province. It's a better fort. Although it has a death sight, I think.
Yeah, I
But
really
he
hope
may not
that's
know
not
that.
a wall of pestilence and that's diseasing that army. I really
That would
hope.
be pretty sad. But there is a death sight here, and there's only so many of those that don't, you know, kill everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Melkarts didn't roll out yet. So, do you think Hinam's hope? Or I guess maybe he told us, and I wasn't.
I think he's going to move out next turn. I think he gets the items from Yomi.
Mm-hmm. Melkarts
And then
have pretty good map move, I think.
You mean you don't have it memorized?
20. I do
Probably.
not have it. I have it as pretty good. And they have Wasteland Survival. They don't have Forest Survival though. I don't know if he can make this move or not. With Reinvig shoes, I bet he could.
I think he can make that because I haven't done the maths, but it's friendly territory.
Right. This one's a friendly move. This one's not though, right?
No, it's not. But I think 20 is a lot, right?
20's a lot. And again, if he has the shoes,
I think
it'll go
is
up.
it 8 into the? I think it's 8 into that forest.
What is it?
And then I think it's 6 plus 2, and then he's got like 12 left over, and that should be. I think he's got enough. Yeah, I'm not. I don't actually know the movement stuff off by heart, but I think he's definitely got enough.
Okay.
Unless his gear sort of reduces it.
Right. But yeah, no, I think it's more likely to go up. I think he'll get shoes.
Okay. He might also get another Melkart next turn as well.
Yep.
I don't know if you can really afford them though.
Yeah, they're 485 gold, 465 gold.
Yeah, the long dead have pretty good map move as well because they don't sleep, so
Yes, they do.
they can also come along with them.
You need, if you're gonna bring the long dead and have them fight, you need to have a flesh eater on the Melkart so you don't HP route him.
Yeah, you could just have the long dead in sort of behind to stop the Van Heer's kind of wrapping around the back of the Melkarts, and then hopefully they don't die as quickly.
I think if you bring the long dead, they are going to die.
They
But
will
a flesh
eventually,
eater,
but yeah.
a flesh eater, somebody should be able to make him a flesh. Somebody should be able to make him a flesh. It's tough. I will say it's tough if you don't have construction
Somebody
for it.
should, although
There
who
aren't.
else is really a blood nation apart from
There's Vanheim.
only Ermor really. Well, he's obviously not going to get.
For the
I
right
think it's
price.
really only Ermor,
Yeah, I think you're right. We actually don't have.
which he's probably not sort of sounding out for a flesh eater. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you necessarily need the flesh eater, but if you're not going to bring it, you can't bring too many troops because you don't want an HP route.
okay.
But yeah, I'll be really interested to see if we get a big fight there. Because that could be huge if this army does get beaten by a Melkart. Now,
I think
hold on.
so. I don't think you want to try and do this. I think you want to fight with the Melkarts and your main army, and I think
Yeah, I was going to
I
say,
think you could definitely win. Hopefully.
that was the Melkart beating 90 Van here with just Strength of
Yes.
Giants. There's a lot more here now.
I think there's 90 in that army. I think there was 70 before.
Yeah, the number of Van here I don't think mattered. But like the War Elephants are actually surprisingly annoying because they trample.
Yeah, unless he can get Body Ethereal on his Melkarts with a. He's got Astral Mages.
He does. There's some question
Or
how
if
many
he
you can bring.
he can just enlarge the Melkarts though, right? And then
Yeah, if he enlarges them, it's okay.
I think he wants to do that. And if you're doing a regen play on the
Right, you're probably doing both.
You want to get the enlarge.
Now his buddy, map move 18. It's close. But yeah, there's a lot more stuff here, and I don't know. I guess we could look at it.
Well, okay, so he's still got a big play left then.
Yeah, he's still got a big trial. We've added a dwarf here, who's gonna presumably be doing with shade mail. Presumably gonna be doing various Strength of Giants things more cheaply than the other bit the Vanadrot was. Yeah, I mean, I know he added a lot of mercenaries here, but Melkarts are pretty strong.
Okay, well,
Children of the Nephilim, you know.
I think we've covered Kenan. Pelagia, I want to hear from Pelagia.
Yeah, I only managed to grab a little bit of Ulm. He folded fast. I mean, to be fair, by the time Pelagius said he was going in, I think he'd already lost his cap.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So
So
he's gonna go
sounds
fight
like
Van.
Vanheim's kind of going to get coalitioned a bit here.
Yeah. Pelagia hits him, potentially Calum hits him. Still busy
Yeah,
fighting
and
Hinam.
what he's saying is he has kind of amazing counters against. Well, maybe not amazing, but very strong counters to what
Right.
Vanheim's build
My
is.
troops
So,
certainly won't.
no,
No
they're
co-
not. They're not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's tough without resistances. Now, what thrones? I'm trying to remember what it's not throne. He found the crystal ones. That guy's not helping against foul vapors. I remember him getting like fancy mages, but
No, I don't think he got one that helps. He's got the southwest.
yeah. He's gonna need a nature plan. So
we
he's
just
got
have the Jade Amazons.
Jades. Yeah.
But I don't think he has anything that's going to give him cold resistance.
Mm,
And I assume that's for what was that from Grip of Winter?
Grip of Winter.
Yeah,
And
Frozen Heart.
Plenty cold here. Now he said 3 to 4 turns, and that makes sense because we're not currently seeing anything much.
Yeah,
on
I think
the
that
border.
could probably line up pretty well with what Kaelin's going to do, though. Like maybe it's a little bit after, which I think is just straight up better for Pelagia. I actually think Pelagia can have a lot of success here with what he said.
I think so.
And I'm actually really on board the Pelagia train at that point. They can have a lot of land provinces.
So what was it? Was it 2 turns ago? We had like you wanted Yomi in third, and I had Pelagia, and you were not a fan.
Well, that Urbor army dying has kind of changed the calculus for me a bit there. I think TNN going to be focusing on Yomi now.
Yep. Yomi's but I'm not trying to say Yomi's dying or anything by any means, but I think he's in a 1v1 now, whereas before he was in a 2v1. That's assuming that Marverni's willing to let bygones be bygones here, although his army, of course, also just got smashed.
Yeah, I don't think he's in a position to. Now, we shouldn't count Omar out, though, right? Like, they still have a bunch of troops.
They still have plenty of troops at home, but they're not that
going to be on the
moving.
offensive. I think their hope now is that they can keep that fort that they took.
Right.
And deal with raids.
Yep. I wonder if they're close to getting Mindhunt online. Because TNN's going to have an annoying time dealing with that.
Well, we didn't see Soul Slay in that battle, but I think saw Mindburn, so he doesn't have...
Right. Doesn't have that yet.
Either.
But he has got a lot of research potential, or at least... So... Still...
It's
somewhere. Okay, so what do you like? It's been a couple turns, I guess. What do you like for leaders, game leaders? We'll go through the stats as we do.
Calum is far out elite, I think.
I think so too.
Because of the diplomatic situation mainly.
Yep.
Otherwise, I like Vanheim still, but yeah, I'm not loving their position. They've got a lot of forces they're gonna have to fight.
Yes, if they have to fight the other sort of co-position one, plus a Pelagia, who's now the research leader. Hinam also has not died yet, and has got some scary super combatants he can potentially run around with.
Yeah, so I think if it was just Vanheim against Calum, I actually favour Vanheim.
Sure.
But I think all the Melkarts, I think Hinam's burning desire to see dead elves, the Pelagia mage plays that they're going to make, I think are going to be very strong.
Yep.
I'm a little bit worried for Vanheim, actually, with all that against them. Now, we don't even know if Calum is going to go in, or what they're going to do exactly, but...
True.
Vanheim's
doing great on gems, but only behind Calum.
I see pretty much only upside for Calum in the future.
Yeah. Calum is ahead of Van on research as well.
Yeah, still not doing that great, though, for how big he is.
Yeah,
Because he kind of built his forts later as well, and obviously used a lot of them in this war.
he did use a lot in the war, and he just picked up a bunch of these forts. I don't know. Are a lot of his mages sacred to recruit?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then he doesn't need to set up temples.
I said no very confidently there for someone that wasn't 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. I think
But
they
yes,
maybe have
no,
a
they're
little
not.
mage, because they do in other ages. But
Yeah, they have the little one, but he does have a temple here now. Now all this is going to now be able to grab his dominion too, which is going to help a lot. So I think he had pretty good dominion, because with all him dying, all of his dominion gets wiped out. Yeah, I mean, I really like Caleb's position. I don't want to write Vanheim off, but I'm going to move him into second because of the potential diplomatic situation. And I still like Pelagia in third. I think that Aramore's downgraded. I think that Yomi now being in a 1v1 with TNN is downgraded. TNN did still lose a lot here. Marverni lost a
I think they
lot.
still have a lot, and
They do.
those
They've been big for a long time.
they lost a bunch of Onishuga this turn, and that northern sort of force they had
Yep.
pretty much dealt with. It's kind of really reducing the number of fronts that TNN has to deal with, and I think that's going to be a huge benefit to them.
I think it is.
Especially for concentrating forces to kill Dione. And once he can kill them,
it's going to be a lot harder.
Yomi. Now, the Dai Tengu could be pretty huge, though.
Dai Tengu.
Yeah, depending on what he casts with that.
So, and then I mean, Satis is still dying.
Yeah, and I think Mark Verney is kind of getting away with the fact that you have these neighbours that are all doing kind of worse than them.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe, pretty even.
Marverni's kind of just been smashing their face into this war. And it's not. But they're sieging the capital now. That's.
It would have been much better if Marverni could have just taken a bit of land and let Yomi take the cap.
Yes, I think that if you told him that 15 turns ago, this is where he was going to be, I think he would have agreed with you.
Yeah, but still,
still in the game.
If he takes it soon, he's still looking good, right?
Yeah,
if he gets the side section going as well.
Still in a oh yeah, I forgot about his gem situation. Anyways, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks everybody for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one. Have a great day.
Peace.